Hi everybody, it's Kim Hughes. Today we are going to talk about how you can rock your virtual open house. So stay tuned. Well, as we all know, that since March we have not had the opportunity or the luxury of having open houses that are physical. So we have seen a lot of agents take the virtual tours concept and create their own open houses on live, whether it's Facebook, Zoom, Facebook Live, etc. So what we want to do today is give you some tips. Matter of fact, we're going to give you 5 tips on how to be successful with your virtual open house. Okay, so the first thing we want you to do is to plan for it. I know that sounds really simple, but when you plan for it, you're more comfortable, you know what you're talking about, you feel a little bit more at ease, right? So what I want you to do is to make sure that when you go to do the open house, first you want to take precautions per the seller, and make sure that, you've washed your hands and you've done everything you can to make the seller feel comfortable with you entering the home. The second thing is to walk through each part of the home. I mean, every room, and look at it and really look at it and see if anything needs to be changed, if it needs to be picked up. The last thing you want to do is walking through a house and there's a trash can overflowing with trash, or the toilet seat is up. These are the little things that you need to take note of. Drives me crazy to watch a virtual tour and the agent did not put down the toilet seat. You have to put the toilet seat down. You need to shut the blinds. You need to make sure that all the little details are taken care of. What can we do with that? Is one thing is when you're doing a live is to walk around, shut all the curtains or the mini blinds or whatever, because your lighting will be better. So make sure that you have good lighting. Make sure your rooms are clean. They're very well staged. Look at the way the couch and the pillows, anything in the kitchen, that needs to be removed, the clutter, anything like that. Make sure that the home is clean and it's well staged and it's inviting. So the second tip would be, when you have an open house, you sometimes will serve refreshments and things like that. You're not doing that today. What we're doing is we're going to add the appeal to the home. So maybe invest in some flowers and put them on the dining table, maybe in the bathroom, or maybe on the nightstand. Make that home really a homey place and very inviting. Maybe light some candles. Check with your homeowner before you do this, because if they have allergies to flowers, then we don't want to do that. But you can bring in artificial. If they can't handle the smell of candles, then we don't do candles. But you ask them before you do all of this to make sure that, they can handle whatever it is, because people have allergies, medical issues, etc. So the first thing is to make sure that the home is nice and clean and ready to stay, it's staged and all that. It's very appealing. Everything has a warmth to it, like even the front door. As you're walking up to the front door, is there a nice wreath? Is there a nice doormat? Is there a plant sitting there? These are the little things that will make that home appeal homey and warm and inviting. Then the other tip is to market the virtual tour, the virtual open house like you would anything. We want to make sure that when you get ready to do the open house, you have your date, your time, and all of that. Put it in the MLS, put it on your, make sure it's showing up on your Zillow, your Realtor.com, your website. Make sure that it's on your social media, and you email your database, and then you email your Realtor database, because you want everybody to know about it. So when you invite them, make sure that you invite them, but then remind them. So it could be where you sent out your invitation 3 days ago, and then today is the day. So yesterday, or late yesterday afternoon, 5 or 6 o'clock, I probably would have sent out an email looking forward to having you attend my virtual open house at 123 Sioux Street. Then the morning of, you want to send out another reminder, and then maybe 30 minutes or an hour before the open house, you send another reminder. Social media, email, text messages, etc. And that way you get a better audience, because people forget, they get tied up, they lose track of time, and you want the biggest audience that you can get, right? So make sure you kind of put a strategy together. Don't just do it on a whim. You have to really focus on the goal of selling the home, and by doing it virtually, you need to remind people. And if you remind them, they'll go, oh yeah, I was going to do that, and then they'll show up. And then tell them, say, hey, invite your friends. We're doing this, at 2 o'clock today. Invite everybody you know, and we'll see you there. That kind of thing. And then, prior to the open house, make sure you make notes, about every room. So as you're walking through the home, you can talk about, the fireplace or the beautiful windows that were just put in. They're triple pane windows. It's a brick gas fireplace. The living room is so big, and, how many square feet. It could be anything that a buyer would love to see in their new living room, or their new kitchen, or their bathroom, or their bedrooms, their backyard, the garage. I've even told people to, if you can get into the attic, show them the attic, the front porch, how you drive up to the home, the sides of the home, show them the air conditioner, show them the water heater, show them all the appliances, show them, all the little details, because they're not there physically, so they're relying on you to show them every little detail, okay, without spending hours doing it. But you can walk through that home, make notes of each room of things that you want to highlight when you're doing your virtual open house. And then, open up the closets, make sure that everything is nice and neat in there, everything else. And then, if there's animals, ask the owners to take them out, ask the owners not to be there, because what you want to do is be able to walk through the house and be relaxed, but also don't have the thought that, oh, am I saying this the right way, and is the seller going to judge me for this? So, you want to ask them to leave just like you would an open house. So when you get to the home, what I would like for you to do is scan the street. Just kind of stand in front of the house and look to the right, to the left, across the street, and talk about it. And then walk up to the house and talk about the front of the home, the appeal that it has. And then when you open up the front door, take your time. Don't do this real fast. You want it very slow, and turn the camera so that they're not getting seasick. Okay, that's basically what I see is agents walking through the home and they're doing this and that. You want to get a feel for what that room offers, and then really take your time and go at a pace that the potential buyer will see and enjoy it. When I've watched virtual tours, or these virtual open houses, or these videos, some of them will make you seasick because they're just going so fast, and they're going back and forth, in that room, they're doing this and that. You want to do a scan and then a scan, just like that. Just a scan of the whole room, closets, the bathroom, the floors, your windows, and you talk about them. So you need to know about what's going on in this house. So how old are the floors? How old are the windows? How old is the roof? How old is the air conditioner, the water heater, the appliances, the garbage disposal? All those things you need to know so that you can answer those questions later, but also talk about it while you're showing the home, and give them all the information you can possibly give them. Now, once the virtual tour is over, or the virtual open house is over, make sure that you invite people to ask questions and send them to a designated place to ask. So you might say, if you have any questions about this open house, you can text me at, call me at, email me at, or you can go to my Facebook page, which is, and then ask your questions there, because I'll be posting the video as soon as we're done. So as soon as you're done with that virtual open house, you want to go make sure that it's posted to all your social networks. And then make sure that you look at the comments, answer the comments, look at your private messages, and stay on top of that. Very important. If you don't see that, if you're not checking for messages, then you can miss out on an opportunity for your seller to have a buyer right then and there, or a potential buyer in the next couple of days. And you don't want to just look at it for that day and then move on. You've got to check it every day, because 2 or 3 times maybe a day, because somebody may see it 2 days from now and have a question and they post it, and then if you don't see it, you don't know the answer. So always go and look at your post to see if there's somebody that's asked something that you have not answered. And then something else you might think about is, once you have it on Facebook, you can boost it. So you might want to boost that out, spend $5 or $10, pick your audience and all that stuff, and get that going. That's going to give it more exposure. And leave it up, and make sure that you show it to your sellers and invite them to make a comment as well. And when you email your database that you're doing this open house, follow up and say, hey, if you were not able to attend the live open house, I have the link. I have it posted on my Facebook page. I have it posted on my website. Here's the link. I would love for you to take a look at it and give me your feedback. Very simple question, and they would be more than happy to do it, especially any buyers. And then tell them, hey, if you know somebody that would be interested, please share this video with them. So you can get a huge amount of response from this, huge exposure. I would even put it on your YouTube channel. If you don't have a YouTube channel, I highly recommend that you do that and start putting all your videos on there. Even if you have past videos, go back and get them and put them on there to help build your channel, okay? And this is kind of an off topic, but this is also, YouTube could be a place where you put your buyer education series, your seller education series. So your YouTube channel could become a huge part of your business if you treat it the right way. So I hope that these tips helped you. I would love to see your virtual open houses. So if you do one, invite me, Kim@KimHughes.com, or you can send me a private message through any of my social networks. And if you're a part of the Real Estate Success Tools private Facebook group, then put your link there. We would love to look at your virtual open houses and see if we can help you make them even better. And if you have any tips for a virtual open house, please list them below. We would love to hear how other agents are using this tool. And this may be a new way to show property. It's been around for years. When you are working with buyers or sellers that are out of town or out of state, and they need to buy a house and they're doing that, this is not a new concept. It's just and now it's becoming a way of doing business. So let's start implementing it and take advantage of all the resources that you have to do this for your sellers. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you really like this video, I would appreciate it if you'd give me a thumbs up. And always remember, you can subscribe and be one of the first to know when I put out new content. And if you have any questions or any comments, please post them below. I will be more than happy to answer any questions and touch base with you. Thank you so much. Have a great day. See you next time. Bye.